September 2016 and December 2015, we've had about 11 months. And we have two reports in our hands today. One is the report prepared by the Sports Authority of India, one report prepared by the sportspersons and Olympians in India. Now, a report was prepared on the December 3rd, 2015, few months before the Olympics, prepared by the biggest sporting names in our country. And I want to bring in Captain PVK Mohan at this point. Captain PVK Mohan, are you aware of the report that was prepared in either December 2015 or the report prepared by SAI today? Are you aware of the contents? Captain Mohan?
Yeah,
I've
just got some briefs about the report that was submitted by SAI recently.
What about the one in December?
Yeah, the earlier report, yes, I am aware.
Do you know what? Do you know about what the sportspersons?
Yeah, the one in December talked about the prospects of the medal winners, and it also said most of the officials, actually were hoping for a double-digit figure to be achieved at the Rio Olympics.
I want to bring in
because in London we had 6 medals. So they were all hoping with the top scheme.
So since you represent, since you're the president of the International Billiards and Snooker Federation, Captain Mohan, since you're the president of the International Billiards and Snooker Federation, and you claim on the show that you've seen the December 2015 report. Now I just want to ask you, now this is a report prepared by the sportspersons of India, leading sportspersons, eminent names like Ashwini Nachappa, who's on the show today. I want to ask you, because you represent a sporting body, from December 2015 until the Olympics contingent left India, what did you do as a sports administrator in India? I want you to answer Ashwini Nachappa and other sportspersons who tried to make sure that we get medals in Rio. Your answer, sir. Do you know about the report? What did you do for the last 281 days?
Yeah, first let me clarify that our sport is not an Olympic sport, and we had no role to play in the run-up to the Rio Olympics. And our sport, if it is there, we can guarantee medals for sure.
True. Captain Mohan, you are speaking of a federation which has the distinction of doing and producing, champions and good athletes year after year. Something similar to what is happening in badminton this time. But let me ask you this. So you spoke about the top scheme. Did you put your hand up and ask these people on what basis and who recommends people for the top scheme? Why is it that a Sakshi Malik, who eventually is a bronze medal winner, was never part of the top scheme? Aren't you worried what they are doing? Why is it that a Sushil Kumar, who was never going to be sent, was part of the top scheme, but a Narsingh Yadav, who was eventually sent and named, and it was decided in 2015 when he secured the qualification, was never part of the top scheme? So what top scheme are we talking about?
Yes,
why is it
totally? The top scheme has to be revisited, and it has to be revisited for sure, and there has to be fine-tuning there. And I'd like to tell you one more thing. A lot of corporates, in fact, today joined the bandwagon. A lot of them supported individual sports persons. But then this should all be streamlined into a position where this is all put into place in a planned manner.
Here is one thing, Mr. Mohan. Again, another aspect that you raised.
Medals in cycling.
Another aspect
Where we have failed as a federation, as a Sports Authority of India, as sportspersons, that is more relevant. It is not just putting the blame on the athletes. Of course, athletes must take the responsibility too. But what about the officials who select them? On what basis do they select them? How much money is spent on these athletes? What is the result? Is it result-oriented? Result does not mean winning medals. Medals is only a byproduct of the system that we have. But going to the Olympic Games is not mere participation.
Anand,
it is
I'd like to come in.
Yes, Captain Mohan.
An important point I'd like to make.
Yes, Captain Mohan.
Yeah, the one important point that I'd like to make, Anand, is there is a lot of money now that is corporates are willing to spend, and different sectors are willing to spend. All we need is a proper system to harness all this. and get all the money spent in the right direction.
Here's the problem, Captain.
Whether it is nutrition, whether it is
tell me,
training,
Captain,
it can
you
be
tell me,
foreign
Captain, have you
coaches,
not seen
Indian
it?
coaches.
The
Even
moment
the coaches can be sent for proper
no, not
training.
just that, Captain.
There's
The
so
moment
many
a
things that
corporate
can
wants
be
to
done.
come in and put
But
money in a sport.
to harness all this. And
No, if you can hear me,
like
Captain.
For example, there is something
this is a
called
problem.
the All India Council of Sports.
No, Captain, this is a problem. The moment you want corporates to back a particular athlete or player or a particular sport, the federation gets in between. The federation says, you give us the money, we will dole out the riches. The federation says it has to go via us, because otherwise the officials will not get their cut. The officials will not be able to flex their muscle and get the athlete to beg and plead and say, I will give you because I like you, I will not fund you because I don't like you. That's what's happening. That's the reality, Ashwini. Isn't that the ugly truth here today?
Absolutely, absolutely.
No, those days are now going. Those days are now going. The corporates are smart. They know how to route their money.
Sir, they set up their own individual private organizations. They say, let's not work with the federations. Let's pick up talent, scout talent on our own, and let's send them. You know what corporates are doing today, Ashish Balal? What they are doing is they are scouting talent. They are picking them up. They are honing them. The moment they start winning medals, the federation backs them. That's what's happening. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And look, the Olympic Gold Quest and the Jindal, the Tatas, they have been supporting athletes, and those athletes have been really doing well. They have been following and reviewing on a month-to-month basis and evaluating what needs to be done. Do they need specialized coaching? And this is the way forward. I think we need to identify the talent and follow their progress and review them. And if they need any extra help, they should be provided.
Ashish, that's one way of looking at it. And I want to bring in Chandan Roy Chaudhary here, who's the General Secretary, Bengal Olympic Association, the closest person here.
I agree totally with Ashish.
Yeah, okay.
And the corporates are now smart. They do a lot of research. They know who to back.
So that doesn't mean the government,
how their money is to be spent. Unlike the government, which may be restricted within its ability to maneuver, the corporates today have to play a big role in the development of sports.
But how many corporates are backing
Otherwise,
athletes?
you have a sports ministry. The entire budget of the sports ministry is 960 crores.
No, but
a country of 1.25 billion people, and the sports budget is only 960 crores.
Yeah, when you talk about the radical changes, when you talk about the radical changes, I know Chandan Roy Chaudhary, when you talk about we have not set targets. We're still talking about bottom of the barrel sort of. Yeah, exactly. Because we have the potential, but we won't talk about it. We won't mention it because, of course, athletes are responsible.
Yes, Captain.
Instead of bringing coach from the abroad,
I'd like to make a point. This 3-page report that you're referring to is at best an approach paper. It's at best an approach paper for the government. I'm sure there'll be a lot of deliberations that will take place. And now that the Prime Minister has announced a task force, hopefully
that's the sad part, sir. There were deliberations which took place after Beijing. There were deliberations which took place after Sydney. There were deliberations which took place after London.
Into contributing to something that will change the sports culture of this country.
Sir, let me sum up the performance report of the federations and the authorities.